Hello, today is Monday, so we have some new spelling words. And this week we're going to move on to adding blends as well as our San Francisco Zoo rule where we double the S, F, and C's and learning about plurals. So we're going to practice those things this week for spelling as you'll learn other things in Reading Horizons, but in spelling, we're going to focus on the things we've already learned in Reading Horizons and focus on spelling them. So on Mondays, we always focus on our heart words. So we have 5 heart words this week. The first heart word that we've talked about before that's over on the bulletin board is other. When you sound out other, it's so it should be off or other, but it's not. So this is making the right sound. This is making the R blend sound. But this one isn't saying it's actually saying So it's saying a short U sound. So when you write other, you want to do your nicest handwriting that you can do and then heart other. Okay, if you'll go ahead and hit pause on the video and then write that word other with a heart around the O 5 times. Okay, our next word, heart word for this week is many. Many has so that's the right sound for M. So A usually should say many. But it's any, so we need a heart around that A. Makes the right sound. And Y in this case is acting as a vowel. So we'll learn this later on, but whenever you have a Y at the end of a word, sometimes it can do a long E or a long I sound. In this case, it's doing a long E, but it's actually not a rule breaker. Because that is one of the jobs of Y is to make that long E sound. But this A is making a short E sound, which isn't what many should make. So you'll rewrite it on your paper in your nicest handwriting with a heart around the A. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and write many with a heart around the A 5 times. Okay, our next heart word this week is done. Done has It has 3 sounds. There's 2 vowels, and normally the second vowel would make this one long, so it would be don, but that's not what happens. So in this one, the E is silent, but it doesn't make this long. So this is our heart word part because it has a short U sound instead of a long O sound. So when you write that word, you would use your nicest handwriting and put a heart around the O. So go ahead and write done with a heart around the O 5 times. Okay, let me erase some of these others up here so we can do our last 2 heart words. Okay, our next heart word is there. This is a heart word that we worked on last week as well. And there's actually 2 different kinds of there. We use this R to help us remember that that means over there. And the I in this one that helps us remember that this there means like it belongs to a person. So over there or a person there. In both cases, the makes the sound. But in this case, it should make, you should mark your vowels and cross out the second one. Whoops, move the camera, sorry. You should cross out the second one, and this should make a long E sound, the ear. but that's not what happens. So it's an I, and this EI actually makes a long A sound. The air. The R actually does say and I think last week when we did it, I had you heart this whole thing, and that's fine too. You can heart either the EI or the EIR, because I had said EIR says air, but really the EI has a long A. And then in this case, the same thing. This should be a long E, but it makes a long A. So in this word, you would heart the E, because that's the one not making the right sound. Air. But I know in last week when we practiced it, I had actually said to heart this part because it makes the long air. So write these two theirs, and you can heart the 3 last letters since that's the way we've been doing it. If you want to heart the EI and the E, you can, but if you want to go ahead and highlight all 3 of them like we've been doing, that's fine too. Okay, hit pause and write there 5 times each. So you should have 25 words on your paper. You should have 5 others with the O hearted, 5 manys with the A hearted, 5 dones with the O hearted, 5 theirs with the EI, with either the EI or the EIR hearted, and then 5 theirs with the ERE, with either the E hearted or the ERE. So make sure your paper looks like that, and then go trade Miss Hackney for your Reading Horizon sheet. Good work.